In clause 1, I do want to refer to the title of the bill, and it is the first and second words of the title of the bill that I want to reference. Taxation transformation. Well, I think we've heard, Mr. Chair, in the course of the debate tonight that it is the view of the current government that the transformation of our taxation system relies on the definition of verbs. That's going to transform our taxation system. It relies upon electronic signatures being allowed to be used. That's transformation for this government. It is about the ability of young people to opt out of KiwiSaver, even though none of them have actually asked to. That apparently is transformative as well. Mr. Chair, transformation of our taxation system will occur when the government gets off its chuff and starts actually making people pay their fair share. Because fundamentally, tax is the price of a decent society, the price of a fair society, the price of making sure that every single New Zealander gets the opportunities that they are entitled to by being here. It is about making sure everyone gets a fair go, and David Bennett doesn't care about New Zealanders getting a fair go. David Bennett's so out of touch that he doesn't think that a transformation of the taxation system in New Zealand actually requires people to pay their tax. I tell you what else will transform the tax system in New Zealand. When the Prime Minister gets up and he says, he's talking about multinational tax avoidance, and he says, well, you see, the problem here is that the ethical thing to do might not be the legal thing to do. How can those two things be different in a proper functioning tax system? The ethical thing to do and the legal thing to do, they're not quite the same. Mr. Chair, if we were transforming the tax system, if that's what this bill, which it says in this title, it wants to do, then we wouldn't have a Prime Minister standing up and say that. We'd have a Prime Minister who actually understands the difference between right and wrong, who actually understands that everybody paying their fair share is the core of our tax system. You know, and with all due respect to colleagues who use phrases like aggressive tax planning, aggressive tax planning is people getting away with not paying their fair share. And that's why, Mr. Chair, members on this side of the House have been so annoyed and upset with the blasé attitude of the government to New Zealand's increasing reputation as a tax haven. And I know the Minister and others will say, but we're not a tax haven.
Order. I just want to bring the members' attention to the fact that a supplementary order paper addressing the issue that the member's straying into has been found out of order. So he was allowed the opportunity to make an aside. If he wants to continue to make this a bigger chunk of this speech, then I'm afraid he'll have to sit down.
Chair, I am referring to the title of the bill, which claims to be transforming our tax system.
Make that argument.
And the transformation of the tax system we're looking for on this side of the House is one where we can hold our heads high internationally. That would be a transformed tax system. A transformed tax system would collect the billions of dollars of multinationals who decide they don't want to pay tax in New Zealand. Transformation, Mr. Speaker, would be about saying we stand for every New Zealander paying their fair share, and wouldn't it be a great day then rather than aggressive tax planning, we actually had companies, individuals in New Zealand who said, I'm paying my tax because it's the right thing to do. I'm paying my fair share because it's my contribution to society. It's my way of saying I'm part of society. And that would transform our tax system, Mr. Chair, not tinkering about the edges, not looking into whether or not different parts of the IT system work or not, but actually saying that our tax system is the fundamentals of a decent society, the fundamentals of what allows New Zealanders to do that. What's that, Mr. Bailey? Andrew Bailey talking to us here about the right and wrong thing to do. Andrew Bailey and his government need to make sure that they're on the side of ordinary New Zealanders. The people who pay their people. Well, David Bennett reacts. The people who pay their PAYE every day of the week those New Zealanders who do the right thing, who meet their tax obligations, and David Bennett would prefer to be on the side of the fortunate few who can hire an accountant and hide their tax. Well, shame on you, Mr. Bennett. Shame on you. If you want to transform the tax system, Mr. Bennett, get alongside parties who want New Zealanders to do the right thing. Mr. Chair. There ain't no one else.
Jamie Lee Ross.
Question being put.
Mr. Chair.
David Clark.